Hey everybody. Hi. How y'all doing? Oh my god, all y'all, what the hell? What is going on? Guys, we just started. I haven't even done the lore yet. That was just a good video. What are y'all doing? Creepy and Brian, thank you both so much for the gift subscriptions, for enlisting more into the Fluffle Army. Really appreciate it. How are you all doing? I will happily admit I am nervous as balls right now. Like I am a mess right now. But yeah, welcome. Pretty much welcome to this little train station. As you are all now in the world of fiction, we are currently at the hub, where we all travel to the different districts in different states. But yeah, so it'll be very interesting to see how things turn out. Sorry, I'm still like shaking off the nerves. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Lily, for enlisting the bot into the Fluffle Army. No promises, of course. You want to marry fictional Mickey? I mean, real Mickey is in a relationship, but I guess me VTuber is kind of like, I'm floating. I'm floating around. It's kind of strange. It's kind of strange. But yeah, so I was like, hee. But I hope you all are having a good day. I know that I didn't really advertise this lore thing as much. But I hope you guys like the video. But there's more to it than just the video. We have more things to show than just the video. I actually made like a whole professional like VTuber presentation thing. So I mean, like, who knows what'll happen? If maybe you guys will like the lore, maybe you guys won't. I don't know. Headcanon is that fictional Brian only shows up when someone tries to mess with me. I mean, that's fair. That's a fair point. Is Australia in the world of fiction? Oh my god, you guys are so wonderful. Like, guys, you're making me. You guys here supporting me. Y'all are making me blush. You see, you're making me blush right now. My goodness. How could you all like do this to me? Anyways, but yeah, I pulled out all the stops to make this work. I did the best I could with what I had, and yeah, you love the kiosk? I'm glad. I was trying to figure out how to just, like, show the chat in like this place, so I figured, like, you know what, like an airport or like a train station kiosk would be the best way to do so. And Brian helped, like, yeah, you should definitely do this and do that, and like, okay, great, I did that. Thank you so much for joining the Fluffle Army. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much. The world of fiction definitely needs all the help it can get. Oh my gosh, Lily go, thank you so much for gifting us gift to sub to that one sword guy. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for enlisting. You like me, you can blush on. Katie. Katie. Katie, you're too good to me. But yeah. Level 3 until level 4 hype train. Oh wait, there's a hype train going on? I didn't even notice. Lol. See, that's how unprofessional I am, despite me trying to be professional. But yeah. Also my camera is fucked, but it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I'm not even gonna stress it. I blush too, yeah. I also can get very sick, like, oh god. I'm so sick. Oh god. What am I supposed to do with my life? Oh god. What am I to do? And of course, if you really piss me off, I don't think you ever want to see me have this face. I'm just saying. But anyways. Engie. That is me, Engie. Oh my god. Brian, stop it! Thank you, Brian, for the 500 bits. Oh my goodness. You are too sweet. And Lily, thank you so much for recruiting Shy Elizabeth into the Fluffle Army. Oh my goodness. Oh, you guys spoil me too damn much. You guys spoil me so much. But y'all want to see my presentation? I know it's gonna like, and after the presentation, y'all can ask questions, and I will happily answer as much as I can about the lore of this place, about the world of fiction, how it works, and all that stuff. As much as I can, anyway. I'm still developing it. But y'all want to see the presentation now? Like, you see all these things. So I can become like an official VTuber. I thought this was oh no, I actually made a presentation. Like, legitimately, I made a presentation for this. Oh my goodness, Pandora, thank you so much for the 300 rainbow flag bits. I love it. Thank you so much. But yeah, let me show you guys the presentation and boop. Alright, hey, as you can see, I actually made a presentation. La. Should I turn the train music back on? I actually like the new music. Do you like the new music, guys? Took me a bit to find it. But I managed to get some new music. So I won't be unfortunately, I will not be using the dark fragrance of coffee anymore from the relaxation music. This is new, copyrighted free music. Until I have the money and funds to be able to make a actual track, for the train station hub. But yeah, we've new music. Yeah, we'll put it in there. We put that in there. Yeah. Presentation music during all that stuff, and see, that'll be good. Give me a hot second to do a couple of things. Just temporarily right now. Okay. So, what's the cat doing? Cat is being a brat. Creature keeps bowing. Oh no, Creature, are you stuck? Creature! Oh honey, hold on, let me fix you. Let me fix you. Let me fix you. There you go, honey bun, I gotcha. Okay. Alright, but yeah, I actually made a legitimate presentation for you guys. It looks so nice and so cool. Alright, so, heh. Yeah. As you know, my nickname is the Storyteller. But about the Storyteller, I've just decided to dub myself Michaela based on the woman who created me. The woman who created me is a very, very wonderful lady. I hope I do her stories justice. But obviously that's to be shown, and that's hopefully to be seen. I can only hope and pray that I do it justice. Yeah, purpose, I am a guide. If you come through the portal into the world of fiction, I am your guide. I am here to help. I am here to make sure you get to the right place, the right time, you listen to the right stories, etc., etc. And hell, if you're just here as a tourist, if you're here like to take pictures and see the greatest sights, I will take you to the best ones I can possibly think of, or maybe whatever's on the roster. But yeah, will this be on the test, ma'am? I hope you're writing this down. I'ma test you later. But anyways, as for my age, I don't necessarily know. Time doesn't necessarily flow here as people might think. A lot of us are kind of in a stasis of how our creators created us, whether we are the citizens of the world of fiction or even the imports that people think of. And by import, I mean like, oh, I made this like bag of holding. Well, now we actually sell and produce bags of holding here. And so yeah, I don't know what my age is, but age here doesn't necessarily ring true to like anything. So unfortunately, kids will always be kids, adults will always be adults. Unless like their storytellers, the ones who made them, have the ability to do so, to be able to change things. My birthday is the same as my creators, September 8th. And yeah, I'm 5 foot, I'm short, yeah. I'm not happy that my creator made me as short as her, but I just roll with the punches, especially since I can wear high heels whenever I want, and she can't. So, I guess I win there. Can I get a Farming Simulator with, Hold on, give me a hot second here. Let me actually pull out a dock here. There we go, so I can actually see you guys properly without me going nuts. Alrighty. We chewing? Oh, is there another hype train? What? Wait, what? My dignity? What? Oh yeah, the shortness, yeah. In the world of fiction, you could make yourself tall. I know, my creator sucks. Does it mean you're short enough that I can lean in your hand? Yes, many people can. I would prefer not, but shrug. That means your birthday is, yeah, my birthday is in less than a week. My birthday is on Wednesday, which I planned to do something special, I just don't know what. I figured maybe Wednesday, like, do something really, really special. Whether it be, I have to think about it, truly. Maybe I'll play some of my favorite games. Maybe I'll just sit and chill with you guys. Maybe there won't be a stream at all. Maybe I may just spend the day with Brian. Well, my creator, anyway. But yeah, so who knows? Oh, hype train ended. But yeah, as for pronouns, I'm cool with any. Like, I don't necessarily have, I don't have a preference to anyone using pronouns. So you can call me she, he, they, whatever suits you. Whatever suits you. Obviously, visibly, I'm female-oriented, but, like, there are people who are female-orientated, and there are people who are male-orientated who take the female name, so whatever. Whatever the case may be, that is your choice. But yeah, I don't know why that log is there. That's kind of weird. But I can't read it, so whatever. It probably means nothing. As for if you want to see how I look, oh, let me hide myself real quick, and boop. So as you can see, this is the reference sheet of how I look like. I had to get my picture taken by the World of Fiction people. They said it's for my ID documentation. I don't understand why. They had to take a full shot rather than just like an ID shot. But this is what they gave. And yes, I do have a tattoo. I have a tattoo on my left arm, on my left upper arm. It is of a gold rose, and it has some significance to my creator. But I love it. It glitters in the light, but that rarely ever happens because I'm literally wearing like a black coverall. But yeah, so if you wanted to have a full body shot of me for whatever reason, there you go, I guess. But yeah, I do have a special ability though. My special ability is body transformation. As the world of fiction is full of different types of stories with different types of different looking people, different looking imports, different looking, all shapes and sizes. As a guide, I want to be able to blend in as much as possible as to not disturb what's going on. So when I can, I'll be able to body transform, and be able to blend in with that world. It is a special ability that my creator gave, and I'm very thankful that she did, because I've been able to step into stories and be able to help visitors and tourists really get into the stories that they see, really get into the districts that they go to. It's really, really fun. And so, yeah, I mean, like, as you can see, and it's not just me who's able to give myself these transformations. If I'm able to get someone from the other side in the real world to give me a transformation, then I am able to go into different districts, based on that. So, yeah, I've followed up in the neighborhood. Oh, hopefully we'll both have a good news by Mondays. Yeah, positivity. Let's see. Michaela, hi! Chat is in sub mode, so I can't have. It's not. Is it in sub mode? Oh, is that why no one's talking? Oh my gosh, I'm such a butt. To my non-subscriber friends, I am such a butt. Oh my gosh, I am such a butt. I am so sorry. I am so sorry. I didn't even notice. Oh my gosh, I'm a butt. Yeah, I have to say that's almost it. But for those who are non-subscribers, I hope you are enjoying this little presentation as well. I am so sorry. I did not mean to exclude you guys. I'm so sorry. This happened last stream. Yeah, I need to break my stuff. I just need to break my stuff. But yeah, but welcome. Yeah, everyone has access to the fictional world, regardless if you are a Fluffle Army soldier or not. We only have that on to protect from hate raids, because it's just a matter of making sure that everyone's safe. So I apologize profusely about that. Now we have the angry faces. I'm so sorry. Pay to win chat moment. I'm so sorry. No. But anyways, how you are? I'm doing great. Nervous as balls about this VTuber debut, but as you all seem to be enjoying it, well, hopefully, fingers crossed, those who weren't in the chat, like who weren't able to chat, are enjoying this. I hope you guys are. I hope you guys are enjoying this little presentation and this little debut. Omae wa mou shinderu. Nani? But yeah, so hope mods is doing. Yeah, I hope mods, are you doing great? I hope you all are doing okay too. That's what else sees in the world of fiction. I mean, yeah, that's where we belong. I mean, we have a lot of freedoms here. It's great. Do you love going to the store? Oh my goodness. I love being here in the world of fiction. So if that's what your question is. But yeah, like I was saying, sorry, back on topic. I love being able to body transform just so I can help tourists and visitors get immersed into the stories. But yeah, again, another log. That's kind of weird. I don't understand why that log is there. It's fucking weird. Or I'm just gonna ignore it. I can't even read it. But anyways, so a little more about me. Let me actually bring myself back up. So a little more about me. I like a lot of things. My favorite ton of versions being cacio de pepe. If you don't know what that is, it is literally pepper and cheese. I know a lot of people like marinara sauce, fettuccine, alfredo sauce. No, I like it preferred just simple cheese and pepper. Cacio e pepe. It is a delicious pasta dish. I recommend anyone try it. On the upside, like on the other side of the things I don't like very much, I don't like canned tuna. And I'm not saying like, because the things I cannot eat are ground meat. I got that from my creator and she fucking sucks for that. But in terms of just liking things, just the smell, the taste of canned tuna, it just doesn't do it for me, so I don't necessarily like it. I like to learn new skills all the time. I love learning how to do the things my creator does, like program, being able to learn a little bit of architecture, learn a little bit of this, that, and the other, a little bit of trivia knowledge. I love those things. I love it. I hate being limited, though. So if someone tells me, oh, I can't learn this thing because this, and that, and the other, I'm like, I just hate that. I really, really hate that. Like, it annoys the hell out of me when someone tries to limit what I do. But otherwise, I like singing, rap, and poetry. It helps me get some flow going and helps me be able to express myself creatively outside of just being a tour guide. Does Vicky Mickey like cupcakes with extra frosting? I like cupcakes, not with extra frosting, but I don't mind frosting. But yeah, so, and the thing I hate the most is hateful gossip. I'm not a fan of gossip. It's just, there's so much already going on in the real world that it's nonsensical to like really gossip around here. We all know each other. We all know where we came from. It's no big deal. The entire chat it turned into somebody with angry fluffle noises. Oh my goodness. Let's see. I love cats. That doesn't mean I hate dogs, but I love cats. I really, really love cats. On the upside, I hate wasps. Like they're angry for no reason, and I don't like it. It's just why? Why would you be so angry, wasp? There's nothing to be angry about. As for music, I love jazz and rock. Obviously, I love my hip-hop, R&B. I love musical soundtracks, all that stuff. But I absolutely hate silence. I hate it. Like, I will take music that doesn't make sense over silence any day. I would happily go through a story that is depressing and sad while having clown comical music playing in the background rather than silence. Silence just annoys me to beyond compare, unless it's like part of the immersion of a horror game, to which I have to pay very close attention. But that's the point of a horror story, is to put you on edge, to be able to make you feel those things. So that's kind of like the exception. Hey Storyteller, you can visit books and video games, right? Have you ever visited Monster Hunter World? It's actually here. They actually are based in the jungle area of the world. All it takes, you just gotta hop on the fictional train. What is it called? The Fabra train. It's called the Fabra train here. Sorry. You hop on the Fabra train. You go straight down to the jungle district, and then you pretty much transfer from that hub, and they'll give you a monster to ride all the way to the hub of the Monster World, to Monster Hunter World. I know what you mean, though. I get it. You said in some past streams about gothic subculture is making a comeback. Are you not mistaken for e-girl, e-boy subculture? I don't know. I really haven't really paid attention much to that, so I'm like, how's the furby baby doing? Pepper's doing great. Creature is obviously still doing his job, but Pepper's doing great. How many kids do you... I actually answered that question in this presentation. Just hold on a minute. I promise I answered that question in this presentation. But yeah, so otherwise, I love educational conversations. I love talking. I love discussing things in a civilized manner. Debates are great. But willful ignorance pisses me off. Because if there is proof and evidence of things, or like there's strong evidence of things being objective rather than subjective, right? I believe that's the terms. In opposition of... When there's facts over feelings, I guess. When there's willful ignorance, that kind of just irks the hell out of me. So, yeah. That's things I don't necessarily like. Now, adored stories that I absolutely love. I obviously love different types of stories, whether it be video games, anime, movies. So like Yu Yu Hakusho, Assassination Classroom, Violet Evergarden makes my heart break. It's so deep and it's so wonderful yet simplistic. It's simple because it's about a girl who ghostwrites letters, and at the same time, there's so many layers behind it. Cowboy Bebop, Sailor Moon, Akudama Drive, which my creator was a part of, Goblin Slayer, Shamanic Princess, things that have deep lore, or deep understanding and imagery. Those things are fantastic. As with games like Kingdom Hearts, The Last Guardian, barely any words spoken, and yet so much to be said. Sly Cooper is so much fun and just interesting. Danganronpa, Final Fantasy, Okami, Persona, and Umineko, which inspired my creator to make me and to make a lot of her stories. So yeah. Do all the children live in one house by themselves, or do they have caretakers in the house? Oh, they live in one house, but there is a couple caretakers in there that they can be taken care of. But yeah, so I love these kinds of stories. The stories that have meaning and plot. Even if the meaning is just to smile and have fun. It doesn't have to be like life-changing, like, oh god, moral of life is 42. No, it can 100% be, this story was made to make you smile, or this story was made to make you cry, this story was made to whatever, as long as it has a purpose of some kind, even if the purpose is something that people don't agree with. So yeah. Music that I get lost to, again, I love my rock and jazz, but I also love rap, hip-hop, R&B, soundtracks, Broadway soundtracks, etc., etc. Love Eminem, Toni Braxton. I love Toni Braxton. So underrated. A lot of people don't even know Toni Braxton, and it scares the hell out of me. I'm like, why? Toni Braxton is so good. Neo, with a notation Disturbed, obviously creepy. Weeby, who I write song lyrics for, DA Games, Once in this Island, In the Heights, Phantom of the Opera. Anella, who does fantastic electro swing work, Postmodern Jukebox, which is always fun. Michael Bublé, NSYNC, because my creator is addicted to NSYNC songs when she was a kid. And Vix, which is my one K-pop group that I believe I like. At least my creator tells me so. But yeah, not gonna lie, Postmodern Jukebox thrift shop is so good. Postmodern Jukebox is so good. With the Temptation fan, oh yeah, 100%. All I need is still one of those songs that gets stuck in my head constantly because of the meaning and message. Wait, oh, my nose. Pardon me. But here's some trivia for you guys. This part is going to be written down on the test. We know what your place looks like, but what would your jail palace look like? What would my jail look like? Oh, I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know. But here's some Tori Channel trivia. I cover anime songs, meaning I write translations lyrics for myself and others. I'm extremely foul-mouthed and perverted. So yeah, funny, mature, haha jokes about penis and vagina. I laugh at 100%. I'm prone to long yet educational rants of passion and emotion. So yeah, if you've ever been to a stream and you know that I can rant for like 30 minutes to an hour, maybe even 2 if I feel that frisky, yeah, that is a trait of mine. So yeah, I'm prone to multitudes of rants if you get me on the right path. As for children I have adopted, I've officially adopted 11. I've officially adopted 11 confirmed World of Fiction children. But as for like godmothering or anything like that, I have yet to actually count. But in terms of me being a natural mother figure, 11 of them are recognized as my children. I have large assets. I'm very emotional. I carry my heart on my sleeve. So oftentimes you'll see me get angry, sad, all colors of the rainbow very, very quickly, and very, very passionately. I don't hold things back. I never in my life want anyone to believe that they should hold themselves back, so I don't, in terms of my emotions and my anger, unless like it's inappropriate. But yeah, so yeah, emotions are cool. Use them. I find pleasure in simplicity. As you can see, my design is not intricate. It's not like over the top. It is not anything that no one can recreate. I wear a simple red dress with a black shawl, like with a black cover up and red shoes. That's all I do. And I find pleasure in that. I love it. I love simple outfits. I don't like over the top decorative shit. Because to me that's more intimidating than welcoming. And as a tour guide and as a welcome to the world of fiction, I do not want to intimidate you all. I want to welcome you all. And if that means simplifying my outfit, then I am more than happy to do so. Now, may I ask which children you formally adopted? I have Karen. I have the Amori children, which would be Sunny, Aubrey, Hiro, Kel, and Mari. I have the 2 boys from Life is Strange 2. I have Gonta. I have Dominic from Metopia. And I have Little Misfortune. I have Little Misfortune. Misfortune Hernandez. Yeah, so those are my children. Let's see. What is that? Why your sleeves are black? Because they represent your heart? I mean, that's fair. Which is the quickest way to the anime district? You just take the fabric train. Just a little way down. 15 minutes will take you where you need to go. It's rather big. It's literally the size of Japan. So please take caution. And yeah, I also have a strong diaphragm, so I can scream and break people's ears. I've been known to do so. People are afraid of my voice, the volume of it. So yeah, I have a very, very strong diaphragm. Regarding e-girls and e-boy subculture previously, what are your thoughts on it since it comes with emo and anime aesthetics and trendsetting? I don't know. I don't really think about it. It's its own subculture and it doesn't affect me in any way, so I'm like, shrug. What district do you do for anime moves? Anime district. Have you been to Seduce Me the Otome? I have. Mika is nice as well as the brothers are. But I mean, I shrug. They're nice. They're nice, a little aged, but they're nice. But yeah. Anyways, hashtags and fan names. So yeah, I actually have a hashtag and fan name now. Yay! Obviously my live tag is Michaela stream. It's open to future change. I don't think it's going to change. I don't see why it would change. So figured the Michaela stream is enough. So Michaela stream is the hashtag you'll find on all of my social medias, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, all that stuff, whatever. My art tag, I have two. One is Michaela art, which is going to be just for fan art. All that stuff may happen. And if you are NSFW, if you are an adult, Michaelust is the other one. So illustration, Michaelustration. Forget it. I'm funny. So Michaela art for all of the art for fan art. If you are creating NSFW content, which I'm totally cool with. I'm 100% cool with NSFW art. Michaelust is the way to go. In terms of fan names, it took me a long while to think about it. But you guys are visitors. You're tourists. You all are here. You're visitors and tourists to the world of fiction. Whether or not you consider yourself just a visitor or a full-on tourist is up to you. But for those who want to quote-unquote immigrate here or become a citizen here, you can join the Fluffle Army, which is also open to change. The Fluffle Army soldiers help protect this world. It's rather nice. They get a lot of benefits behind it. They get more close in contact with me to help find out their other worlds, to kind of get more inside details of the things I do, etc., etc. But yeah, is there a DD section? Yeah, that's 30 minutes in the east direction of the Fabric Train, towards the forests. But yeah. Sophie isn't one of your children. She does help with the computers. Oh, she is, but again, she's an AI versus a kid, so I'm just like, there's a lot of nuance in what considered my kid and what who's not. Which way the Seduce Me section? That would be 5 minutes north of the Fabric Train. Let's see. Helper Minion sounds fun. But yeah, so those are my hashtags and fan names. Feel free to use them and abuse them as much as you want. Obviously, like, at the bottom of the screen, you see that the hashtags are available. Michaela Stream and Michaela Art. So, yeah. Oops. And also I gotta give some many thanks to the people who helped my creator create this world and with me. Zombie Guts, who creates the emotes and a lot of the majority of my art. And then you have Esrams, who helped me make the lore art video and will eventually help me with transitioning between the main hub and the game hub. So she is working on a bunch of art for the transitions. It's gonna be great. It's gonna look wonderful. I'm excited for you all to see. And then a new background artist called Kwandial, who made the train station. They're wonderful people. Each and everyone deserves a follow, deserves some love. Where the mods chill in the Figgy world? You all have your own houses. The hell? You all have your own houses. Duh. You are official citizens. And yeah, the moderators, Brian, Katie, MKU, Square, they all live here. And they all help me kind of give you guys a tour. So yeah, there's that. Like, are there any worlds you don't like going to? Not really. I mean, there are some stories I'm just kind of like, does this really need to be here? But I'm like, you know what? Everyone deserves to be here. Every story deserves to be here, and it deserves to be heard. So yeah. But my goals. I actually do have some goals, coming up for this stream, coming up for me able to be touring you guys. Is there a B-movie world? Yes, unfortunately there is. It's literally 10 minutes south. Anyways, so the goals that I have, I want to create more original songs and stories. I miss doing original works, and my creator was definitely in a rut for a long period of time, and I got affected by it. So the fact that she's over this rut and now she's doing different things, she's writing a book, instead of being stuck against a wall. I want to be able to just produce some more songs and stories. I want to be able to learn and remember Japanese and Spanish, so that there may be some streams where I'm like, hey, let's pull up Duolingo and see what happens. I would love to collaborate with other entities, with other VTubers such as like Creepy, Sayu, all that stuff. Hell, like knock on wood, any of the VShojo girls. I would love to collaborate with any of them. I want to keep sharing stories with everyone, whether they're real or not. I live here. I'm a citizen here. And just because people aren't considered quote-unquote real here doesn't mean they don't deserve to hear stories either. So I want to be able to tell stories not just to the people from the real world, but I also want to tell stories to the people in the fictional world. And I want to understand my purpose in this world. When I came here, when I became real, the first thing I thought of was pretty much help people get around this world. So that's why I became a guide. I don't know what else to say other than like, yeah, I wanted to help people. And so I did. And I also want to figure out why it feels like someone is watching me. Ever since I came to the world of fiction, there's just been this odd feeling in my chest. I don't know how to explain it to you guys. I don't know if you will understand. But I have a feeling I'm being watched, and I don't know why. So, and it's not just you guys. It's like something in the shadows. But yeah, so I just want to be able to feel safe. Is there still to give the world? Of course there is. Let's see. Are the Fluffle Army members in one giant economy? You all have individual houses. Like, the economy here is great. We take care of our soldiers. If you don't mind, there's some fictional worlds that are a bit controversial, off-putting. Is this here? Oh, yes. They're here. Any, like, questionable or at least in the real world, morally questionable are here. But that's because here is it's a place of non-judgment. It is a place of acceptance regardless, because we don't get to choose to be created. We are just created. We don't choose to live or die. We are just here. We were created, and so we can only assume that we were created for a reason. So yeah. Was that little bit of the world covered in shadow, or do we not talk about that? I've never really explored there. Let's see. So you're saying even fictions like 50 Shades of Grey, Twilight are allowed? Yep, pretty much. Yep, in essence. This place has no judgment. This place does not care. This place is a home for anyone. This place is a home for any fictional character, fictional import, whatever. And there's no judgment here. But yeah, I hope you guys are excited to continue going through the world of fiction with me. I would love to show you guys more as time goes on. Obviously, after this presentation, we're gonna jump into like an AMA or sort of thing, or hell, maybe we could just chill for a little bit, keep this nice, short, and sweet. But yeah, can you guys hold on? I'm gonna be right back for like half a second. Excuse me. Hey guys, sorry about that. I just had to go check on my hair. It was been a mess. I apologize profusely about that. But anyway, but yeah, sorry. I should have just changed over to the relaxation hub. We should have went back over to the relaxation hub. So let me take you all over there. Just give me a hot second. Whoop, whoop, whoop. There we go. Much better. So, haha. But yeah. So, hope y'all like that. Oh, but thank you so much, Alex, for recruiting Phoenix and Pancake. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Let's see. Is Dr. Hakim best therapist in this world? He's one of many therapists. One of many. But yeah. You know who's watching me? Wait, what? Wait, there's people... What? What do you mean? What do you mean people are watching me? I mean, you guys are, obviously. I'm helping you guys, like, around, obviously. So, yeah. You saw while I was gone. Huh. I guess I can look into it. But from what I know, like, I the council's assured me that I'll be safe, so I'm sure maybe it was a glitch or something in my presentation. I don't know. I mean, I am using a pretty janky, like a pretty crappy presentation system. But yeah, so I don't know. I don't know. Do you know the therapist Dr. Wolf by any chance? I actually do not. At least there's a couple of Dr. Wolfs, but they may come from like different stories from what you're referring to. But yeah. So yeah, his anxiety buttons. Anxiety's great. Those logs you saw, are they? Huh. Well, what do they want? Were you guys able to read anything? Like, every time I saw a log, I wasn't able to read it for some reason. So, to me, it just kind of looked like gibberish. It looked like hexagonal, like, text hacking gibberish. Meh. But let's see. What about dojins? Do they exist in the world of fiction? Of course they do. Of course they do. Anything that you can think of exists here. Because this is literally the world of thought. The world where thought becomes reality. That's why it's called the world of fiction. So yeah. Let's see. So is this world run by a king, god, president, or spoken rules guidelines? It's actually run by a council. It's run by a council of multiple representatives of each district, of each state, of each country, to make sure that equal trade is fair, to make sure that balance is maintained, because none of us want to step on each other's toes. And without the heroes, there are no villains. Without villains, there are no heroes. Obviously, there are certain trades that have to cross over between the worlds. Sometimes we have an Olympics here, and it's like, for some reason, it's run by Mario and Sonic. Like, for some reason, they just love going against each other. And so we'll sometimes have that in the middle of the urban district. But the council kind of helps make that happen, things of that nature, anything similar in vein. So yeah. You drew me as a room, how sweet! Let's see. Is the Fluffle Army HQ in your district? Yes, it is. I live here in the urban district. I have a little quaint apartment. It's relatively close to here. I can walk to it from here. But it's a really nice high-rise apartment. I can see the sky whenever I want. Maybe one of these days I can show you guys. Maybe one of these days, who knows? But let's see. Where do the werewolves live? I'm asking them for me. Probably, my guess would be either nearby the forests or like on the edge of the forest, because there's forests right by the edge of the urban district, so you can try there potentially. In the Scooby-Doo Seduce Me crossover, is Scooby Gang end up with? Oh, I wouldn't know. I honestly would not know. Let's see. Is the Yandere similar people? Is the Yandere similar people here? Yeah. Again, any fictional thing you can think of, pretty much here. Like bags of holding, gigantic cakes, like abnormally large Pokemon. Oh yeah, 100%. They're all here. They just each have their own different districts. Are kidnappings allowed? Because Bowser can be kidnapping Peach practically every week. There's an agreement between Bowser and Peach and Mario and all that stuff because they want to continue playing like that, and here is a peaceful world. There's no fighting. The thing is, with the council, we also help decree whether there's fighting, whether there's allowed to be fights, like even the superhero district. The superhero district itself has its own little sector where like heroes and villains can fight each other to the almost death. But yeah. Have you met Ayano Aishi? Yeah, she lives in the anime district, and I mean, like she's just a kid, in my opinion. A dumb kid, but a kid. What reality shows and films that exist? Yeah, they all exist here. Do you have access to a place called the Weary 101? You can have fun there. You go. That sounds interesting. I'm sure I have access there because I'm the tour guide. So maybe I'll look into it, and maybe one of these days we may tour it. Who knows? Do we have a big armory in our HQ? Yeah, there actually is a bunch of armories in all of the transportational hubs. Like, this is a hub right here. Where we are currently is a hub. This is where a lot of stories are kept, as well as a lot of transportation goes. So, yeah, there's a lot of armories around. We're always prepared in case someone decides to act a fool. But yeah. So the council was investigating me. Why would the council be investigating? I don't know. Have there been any funny situations where people who are portrayed as the same actor meet in real life? Yeah, and they kind of goof around. Like, you'll see them often, like, kind of exchange phone numbers and hang out a bit. And it's kind of funny, like, they'll prank call each other and all that stuff. It's great. Let's see. Do Yuno and Ayano get along? They get along like water and oil. Why do you want to share your world with us? Because this world deserves to be recognized. A lot of people automatically assume that fictional characters, oh, they're not real, they don't exist. I'm here. I exist. And every single imaginative character you thought of, even if it was an imaginary friend you had as a kid, lives here. This is our home. This is our safe space. This is where we come when our creators don't need us anymore. Or when our creators just want us to have a place of safety. Because the real world, and my creators told me this, the real world is so cruel. The real world is so cruel because they think that us fictional characters have any say in anything. We don't. We just exist. We don't get to question why we exist. We just exist. And that's pretty much why I want to show you my world. Because my world is a place of non-judgment. My world is a place where all of us kind of just chill and relax. And we don't have to worry about politics. We don't have to worry about, like, pissing off each other because we have spaces for that. If you pissed off each other, there's literally battle arenas everywhere. You could fight it out there and get out your anxieties. And obviously we have our own laws, but we didn't ask to be created in one way or another. Those who are born as killers, they didn't get to be born as killers because they wanted to be killers. Their creators made them to be killers. Those who are children didn't get to choose to remain as children. Their creators made them children. So this is a space where I want people to realize that their thoughts have impact here. Their thoughts create new life, whether they believe it or not. And it's not up to us whether or not you hate us or not. Whether you love or hate us, we exist. And so that's kind of why I want to share the world. Because you guys deserve to know that we exist, and you should also know that we're at peace. We have no qualms against each other, nor against you for being created. We have safety here. So yeah. Where is the simulator game district? The RPG district? Oh gosh, you'd have to look at the map for that one. I have to update the map because the map is just so old. Ever since I got here, like, everything's been outdated. The council took so freaking long to make the Fabritrain. It's like, oy. Let's see. Where can I get more marshmallows for my gun? Probably in the armory. Because Katie, we all know you need marshmallows for your gun. Creatures Darkness, I wanted to be the tour guide. They're big fans, actually. Fox Green and Bunny Brothers Sloth. They're very interested in your world and wonder if there is a dark habitat. Yeah, absolutely. I'm pretty sure they'd be able to find residents there. Take the Fabritrain, go towards the Forest District. There's a couple of guides there. Because I'm not the only guide. I'm not the only guide. That would be too much work if I was the only guide. There's a couple of guides. They'll help show you around, and maybe they'll find a habitat there. Have fosters tried to claim ownership? No. Real world people don't have power here. That's why you all are visitors and tourists, as well as part of the army, to help protect us. Because you guys, when people give up on us, we just kind of go on our own. We live on our own. We don't just suffer and die. So we just live here and we do the best we can. And if you try to come back and claim us, then we could have a discussion about it. But yeah, so this is a place where, again, this is a safe haven. How does the system of citizenship work here? Easy. If you are a fictional entity, whether you are an import or citizen, you automatically have citizenship here. If you are a real person, like you guys are, then the only type of citizenship you can apply for is in ranks of military, which is the Fluffle Army. You kind of live in the world in between to make sure that real world people don't hurt the fictional people, because we know how cruel real people can be. But in exchange for that, you guys get technical citizenship into this world. You have free housing, free food into this world, free access to our armory and inventory, etc., etc. But in terms of citizenship for real people, that's probably the only way you'd be able to get citizenship here. But yeah. So if a character died in the story, are they dead in the fictional world? No. They actually maintain life here. They know how they die in the story, but we eventually take care of them. We have the technology now to be able to take care of them. We used to not have the technology to do anything, but does PM's Cosmic Wonder Crew visit your world? Of course they live here. They live here. All fictional people live here. Are mods part of the council? No. The mods are part of the Fluffle Army soldiers, as well as honorary citizens for their work helping us guides. What happens if the source of the characters, for example, the Yonder Super were to die? Of the source, like if like the creator and all that stuff, doesn't matter, they were created. The minute we are thought of, the minute we are given thought, we become real. And thus we exist regardless of the state of our creator or not. I mean, the creators, like the ones who created Lord of the Rings, all the hobbits here, J.R.R. Tolkien, like George R.R. Tolkien is dead. Not George R.R. Tolkien, J.R.R. Tolkien is dead, and yet his characters live on here, so we're fine. Have you met Hanako and his brother Tsukasa from Toilet Mountain? No, I have not. I should probably visit them maybe eventually. Who knows? Are the Persona 5 characters... How are the Persona 5 characters? I've been stealing hearts in the UFO? No, they're doing fine. They're regular teenagers. They have no reason to, like, go into the Phantom Thief world here. But yeah. For the Fluffle Army soldiers, what districts are your houses? My home is... okay. What kind of laws you guys have? Very simple and very simplistic laws, because not everyone has the IQ to, like, really go into politics and law. So basically, just don't kill each other. If you want to fight, go to an arena. Don't steal shit. If you want to steal shit, go to the Thieves District, which has a plethora of things you can steal and loot from. Obviously, masochistic characters live there to be stolen, etc., etc. Each district has limitations, as in, like, the horror characters cannot interact with the child characters, things of that nature, and we all understand that there's a balance. So the law is basically common sense balance. So if you are a, let's say for example, let's go with Yandere-chan. If you're Yandere-chan, there's no way in hell that you would be seeing yourself in the fantasy world, fighting dragons and all that stuff. No, she's a schoolgirl who goes to a Japanese high school. But yeah. I may set some stuff off, but saying that, but what if someone from the real world or someone from fantasy come in and try to hurt you guys? Do you guys have, oh yeah, we do. The council has fantastic measures to kind of shut everything down to make sure that everyone is safe. Obviously we employ the Fluffle Army soldiers to help protect, but also we shut down all of the train lines. We make sure that all of the cities are well aware of the situation. The children are locked in. It's locked into their homes, so that way they are not taken advantage of by the real world people that come and invade, etc., etc. Are video game characters, including mobile games, part of it? Yep, yes they are. What is the adoption process here? Well, it's fairly simple, actually. While I claim to be the mother of the 11 children who are confirmed, I am not the only mother. There are many others who claim parenthood over children, and all of us kind of like put our money together and put our resources together to make sure that those children are well taken care of, well respected, and well educated, so that way they can be the best they can be outside of what the stories put them through. So yeah. How are nihilistic or world-ending characters dealt with? Here, when you're created here, when you are brought here for citizenship, you kind of have a little bit of a soul cleanse. It's not like hypnotism or anything like that. It's more of like, think of like therapy, where you talk to one of the council members or you talk to a designated guide and you kind of go through what was going on, and whether your answers are good or bad, you either get sent to like the villains area or even just like supporting characters or just an environment that's safe for you. So yeah, we try and teach and give safety to everyone involved, regardless of what their intentions were or whatnot. Where's the Orchid Stealing District? We play Viva Pinata if someone pays me. But yeah, I have a schedule that I run, but if people want to have me go off schedule, you're gonna have to pay me for the extra time. Have you met any of the Mass Effect characters such as Commander Shepard? They are kind of hard to reach, because literally you have to take the Fabric train like 30 miles north to go into the hub, to go into the space station, to get shot up into space to where the world of fiction kind of stretches into space and kind of meet them there. So it's kind of hard to kind of deal with that. Can these characters have their doubts and opinions about their roles in life, and do they try and ever change themselves the better for worse? Oh yeah, this place is an area of opportunity. This place is a safe haven for people to learn more about themselves, learn how to be peaceful with each other, and to understand that, yeah, we all live here. We all need to help run this place. We were either abandoned or created without purpose, or we were created just to help. And so understanding our purpose here is to kind of help this world be run. Yeah. Do the soldiers have the right ability to adopt children with you guys, or is it right to only full-fledged citizens? I mean, that hasn't stopped real world people before from adopting. As long as you can provide, like, assistance to like the children. As long as you can provide assistance to the children, I don't think the council would have any problems with real world people adopting in that way. You just can't claim them officially as your own. Like, you can't just say, no, they're my kid, blah 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 blah. It's like, no, you help. Finn, I already answered that. Like, are they stealing hearts? No, they're not. They're just teens. They're just going to school. How much time do we have here since we're a guest? As long as my shift is. Like, usually my shift, it's been like an hour. I may go for like 45 more minutes before I go take my final break before I head home. But yeah, so it totally depends on my shifts. I get paid in different shifts, but most likely it's 3 days a week, roughly estimated 3-4 hours per day. So consider it technically like low half of part-time. But yeah. Any plans to write a novel about murderous people? Why would I do that? What if a character just started to tab people left, right, and all over? What is it, tab people? Like stab people? We have a police force. Like, police characters exist, and they're part of a collective police force. So have fun trying to deal with the multitudes of police characters that completely understand how to protect a community in any way possible. You mentioned that real world folks will be stopped from harming the fictional world. Does it imply the fictional world can harm the real world or cause harm that happened to the real world? Well, we don't care about the real world. We don't. We're fine living here. It's just a lot of people like to throw the fictional world into their weird ideas and discussions where we are to blame for people's decisions. Like, it's when people get obsessed with a certain character here, with a certain citizen here, people like to blame us. They like to blame, oh, they have an obsession with a fictional character. It's like, no, they just have an obsession and they're pinning it on us. We didn't tell them to have an obsession with us. We did not tell them to have an obsession. They made the obsession themselves. So that's why we are 100% okay with kind of stepping away from the real world and not having anything to do with it. But we are not blocking the door as those of you, for example, like you guys. I'm sure you guys are not like 100% like, oh, world of fiction, we must live here, we must invade, blah, 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 blah. They're like, no, I'm pretty sure you guys as tourists and visitors, I'm sure you guys understand the meaning of right and wrong in that one. So, yeah. What's the world of fiction have D&D section and a therapy section? Yes, they do. Again, you gotta look at the kiosks on the trains to kind of get to where you need to go. There's like some 10 million different directions that you can go. But yeah. Is there a section that keeps nightmares in check and locked up? That's the horror section. Usually they'll probably be found in the horrors outside of the urban area, or if you're looking for the rural horrors, like the rural nightmares, based on like kind of the subject matter, there's a different district for each one. So yeah. Which districts does World of Fiction Brian usually visit? He doesn't necessarily... I don't know. I don't necessarily know. He never tells me. But I just kind of leave it as it is. So it's like, he can go wherever he wants. So he knows my job. He can visit me whenever he wants. Is KG in the police force? Yes, he is. As well as Sam. But yeah. Ba, 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 ba. I love this music. It's just so relaxing. This hub really has the best music. So in the fictional world, everyone's simply not age, regardless of being an adult or a kid. I don't know if you were here at the beginning of the stream, but pretty much I mentioned that age doesn't necessarily rule here, because we don't necessarily control like anything about our bodies. So unless our unless our creators are like, yes, they age and all that stuff, then eventually they'll go through a cycle of aging. But regardless of that, at the end of the cycle where like this old age, they'll revert back to the first creation of a child. So for example, Amori might like grow up in one of these days because he has been seen growing up in his story. But when he grows up to being an old man, he'll probably just pop right back to being like a 6, 7, 8-year-old. Yeah, so depends on the character, depends on whether or not they're seen aging or not. Do OCs go into the source where they're created for, the OC world or something else? They go into a district that's best suited for them. Like, for example, a lot of stories are based in the urban area, which is like the cities and all that stuff. So a lot of people live here. Now, different districts of the cities are like, you have the cyberpunk city, you have the steampunk city, you have the modern day city. There's different sections that is based off of what we establish for the environment of the character, what helps them grow. So you'll have business people, you'll have all that stuff living here, while you'll have those who prefer the jungle go off outside of the city walls to live in the jungle. If that helps them survive and thrive, then go for it. But yeah. Is there a way to make amends with our characters for giving them stories for something bad or horrible? Yeah, absolutely. We don't hold, like, fictional characters like us don't hold grudges. Like, we understand that we were created because of story purposes, but being that we are in a safe haven, a safe place, we can move on from the stories that traumatize us. So, like, all the Amori kids, they're completely fine. Little Misfortune, absolutely fine. But if you want to communicate with them, then that's on you. I'm just here as a guide. You have to take the Fabric train to wherever you need to go to find them, and you have to make amends on your own. But yeah. Is the Smash Manor part of its own district or part of the arena? It's an arena. Like, literally, there's a bunch of those motherfuckers who go into the arena and just beat each other up for no fucking reason. It's weird, and yet people go to it and enjoy. The stands are always full for some fucking reason, but it's great. I've been there once or twice. It's amusing. What kind of weapons do the Fluffle Army soldiers have? Whatever is at your disposal. Remember, this world is fiction. So, import is all based on what you think of. Have fun with that. But yeah, so are the Fluffle Army members allowed to take up secondary occupations? I mean, I don't see why not. You'd have to ask the council, but I'm sure they'd be fine with it. I'm not the council, so I wouldn't know. But I'm pretty sure if you ask the council, I'm sure they can provide some sort of assistance to a secondary occupation. Can one just be a simple librarian of the stories? Yeah. Like, there's a library of stories. Like, hell, this hub right here needs a librarian to make sure all the books are, like, dusted and clean and make sure for all the visitors who come in. Oh my god, so many questions. Can we have fictional ores as the source material for our armors? Yeah. Yeah, in essence. As long as it helps you. So, yeah. It counts with the people watching you? I don't know about that. So if some of these characters are questioning their world or possibly tried to live flesh, but they have a realization about their efforts being meaningless, fictional characters here understand that this world is their home. When we are created, we understand that we are not real. We have this complete and utter understanding that we are not real people, that we are fictional at best. So we have to accept our fictional lives, but that doesn't mean we're bound to the stories that we're stuck in. Murder victims in the murder stories are not always going to be murdered every single day. They live their life. They go on and move on from the stories. So, yeah. Let's see. Do you have a favorite song of Phantom of the Opera? Wishing You Were Somehow Here Again. It's a very passionate story, a very passionate song. It's very, very sweet. We read a novel about Amori? No, it's not. It's copyrighted. Have you met my two wolf waiters? They're Matcha and Mocha, and I think they might be overwhelming at first, but if you do meet them, can they build an over cafe? I'm sure they just have to go to the council for some sort of validation on that and registration of a restaurant. Let's see. Where do the Monster Prom characters go and the weapons? They have their own district. They have their own place in the suburbs, outside of the urban area. Is Silica training for Smash? I don't know. Probably not. But let's see. Trying to read all of your stuff. Is it needed to give info on the weaknesses of characters that are causing too much trouble? Glad to turn them into these. No, they already know. Okay, let me tell you guys a secret that I probably shouldn't know, but whatever. There's this group of people called the Muse, and they basically take down literally every detail of every character in this world. They have like mountains and like aisles and like massive storages worth of information on every single citizen here. That includes their weaknesses, that includes their backstories, that includes literally the length of their goddamn hair. So I'm not supposed to know who they are, nor am I supposed to talk about them, because technically they themselves don't like to be talked about. But in essence, they go around and make sure that everything is known about every single citizen, just so there are no surprises. There are no like, oh, by the way, I'm accidentally a dragon. Like, what? When did you become a dragon? Say what? The Muse will be like, nope. That was in their paperwork right here. It was in their paperwork. They are a dragon. So yeah. Can you put me to where to apply for a librarian? I would happily position. I believe there's an office up in the front of the hub. So yeah. Have you seen Wally? I have. Is there a law against me killing another member of the community? Why? Yes, killing is bad. Even in the horror districts, like, killing is only restricted to the arena, the killing arena, where like you kill dummies and like fake fictional characters that we've constructed from all of our technologies. So yeah, killing is bad. Where is the indie games district? I looked at the Hat in Time district. I'm pretty sure like they still live in the urban areas or wherever their games are based off of. So yeah. Can I adopt the Danganronpa kids, especially Monica? I mean, if you want to, go for it. What is the best cafe you've ever been to in the world of fiction? Oh God, there's so many wonderful cafes, and you expect me to pick one? Oh God. Cooking Mama's Cafe. Let's go with that. There's so many. There are so many cafes. So many cafes. But you'll never be lacking of a choice. Do you like chocolate milk? I love chocolate milk. For characters with multiple love interests. Oh my God, the chat's going wild. I love you guys are so like intrigued about the story. I love it. Let's see. Characters with multiple love interests for dating Zotomes, do they just eventually decide on someone? Romance is kind of weird here. I don't necessarily know, actually, how they operate. pretty sure, like, if they feel like they can be in they're gonna be in a polygamous relationship, then they go for it. If they decide that one person likes another and all that stuff, like, yeah, they go for it. Like, I've seen Makoto and Akira around multiple times together, and they're pretty happy. So it's just on how the character feels. So yeah. Which districts would you recommend for first-time visitors? Here, the Urban District. The Urban District has so many stories, so many stories, so many restaurants, so many places to see. It's so great. It's so, oh my god, I'm trying to catch up with chat. Oh god. There's so many wonderful places that you can go here. Are there some characters that are actually in denial of their existence and believe that they are real, or everyone's self-aware? No. There's an understanding when you're created, you are taken to a place where you can talk through what you are, and everyone is understanding of that they are fake, that we are fictional. But yeah, would you adopt the robot Wally as one of your precious babies? I mean, Wally's not a kid, so nah. Do the kinky characters have a world? Yeah, they do. I know you said characters don't die, who die don't stay dead in world of fiction, but what about characters who end up ghosts or sentient zombies and stay their way in the stories? Do they stay as undone beings? They have a choice. All of us pretty much have control of our bodies, but we're not like sentient to where like all of a sudden I turn into like this massive eldritch monster or thing like that. I transform to kind of match the districts. I don't change who I am. Those who have had bodies can go back into having bodies. Those who have perfect health can go back to having perfect health. Things that they are able to go through, they can go back through again. Let's see. Could we visit a character we feel close to? Like a character that we felt changed or helped us in the story? Yeah, definitely. Just don't interrupt their time. Because remember, y'all are tourists and visitors. Like, me saying, yeah, you can go visit them is not an invitation to, like, invade their life. Straight up, know that you are visitors and tourists here. And I'm pretty sure they appreciate the visit. Just don't kind of stick your nose into their lives. So, yeah. Or else, like, literally the council would kill me. Are there SCPs in here? Yeah, they're more in the horror district. Let's see. How do you feel about my version of Junko where she's trying other stuff instead of being a mastermind and she adopted kids? That's cool. That's really cool. Do new fictional characters pop up in designated areas for newcomers, or do they appear in the best suited for them off the bat? They appear, okay, when we all get created, because I can say from experience as a fictional character, when we all get created, we enter a white room. We are in this room, and we are not sure what the hell's going on. It could be that we were in the middle of a fight and we died, or we could be we were celebrating a victory and the story ends. We all appear here, and there's literally a guide or a council member who comes up to us, and usually they're very familiar with us or they're in similar vein to us, and they tell us, well, this is who you are, and they explain the whole spiel, and it may take us a bit to kind of come to terms with it, but when we come to terms with it, we are pretty much given citizenship, and we are given a house to live in. So yeah. Let's see. Where do monsters like the Twerky in Metopia go? Fantasyland. If we were to meet with our characters, are we allowed to explain why we made them, or would they rather be a mystery? You can talk to them, but it's up to them. It's not up to I can't speak for other fictional characters. I can speak for myself. But I would say if you know them as well as you do, then you'll know exactly how they'll react, because they'll probably react in a similar way because you created them. So yeah. Have you met the hyperdimension Neptunia characters or the magical girls? I've met both. Very short meetings saying hi, nice hi, hello. Nothing really special. But let's see. What was it like when you were created? Me? Well, when I was created, I didn't know what the hell I was doing. Like, I don't even remember why I was created at all. That's kind of why during this process of like showing you guys around, learning more about the world of fiction, I want to know what my purpose is. That's why I decided to just be a guide, because I don't have a story. I don't have a story that I can say is mine. I'm not a hero. I'm not a villain. I'm not an NPC. I'm not a side character. I literally just exist. So that's why with me, my goal is to figure out what my purpose is, besides being a guide. So yeah. Let's see. What if a creature suddenly appears in a different district than they should be in, like a herd of turkeys suddenly were running across an urban district? The police force can handle that, as well as the animal protection, the veterinarians. Literally every single fictional character that you can think of that has a job pretty much does their job because that's what they're most comfortable with, unless they want to spread their wings and have a midlife crisis and want to try something new. But yeah. Would you rather babysit 89 trillion Togepis or spend time with Karen and Omori? Spend time with Karen and Omori, duh. Let's see. Can I also bring in my demon hunter from World of Warcraft? Oh yeah, absolutely. This place is home. It is home. It is home to fictional characters. Big or small, evil or good, whatever. This is home. Is there a district for characters that are a mix of themes, like a mix of modern and fantasy? Yeah, like, don't think of our districts as like walled off states or anything like that. Think of them like kind of like Venn diagrams, where there's like the fantasy and the modern worlds. There's kind of like a little layer in between that kind of helps blend in with those who like modern and fantasy and all that stuff. We're kind of like this big mess of bubble Venn diagrams, if you will. Some people like to wander, some people don't. You'll often see like people traveling to other worlds just to see what's going on, but obviously their home is where they kind of settled. Does the character still have the same fears in the world as they do in the stories? Yeah, nothing's changed there. Creative writer who's just spent an hour writing a novel. So even those fictional characters who have never gone further than my own mind, they're in a world of fiction? Yep. Thoughts become real here. That's why we have such an abundance of import. Like, we have an over-exuberance, for some fucking reason, of mason jars. I don't understand why. Like, we have so many fucking mason jars, and I don't understand it. Like, we have a fucking abundance of things. Like, big, large containers of chocolate milk. I don't get it. Big things of fucking pineapples on pizza. Like, in all different, like, forms. Like the actual whole pineapple on a pizza. Like a pizza on top of a pineapple. We have so much shit here. And it's all import. And, like, the import people, they're just kind of like, well, just another Tuesday. That's just another Tuesday. But yeah. Let's see. Are there rogue characters who have no story to belong to, like you? Yeah. There are rogue characters who have no story. They're here too. And I'm sure they're figuring out where they belong too. That's why my goal is such a thing. Can I have a tea party with every incarnation of Link? I mean, if they're up for it, you gotta ask them. How do you guys deal with Daniel's power and help control them? Well, he has the knowledge of his story, so he knows how to control it. So it's just a matter of his attitude helping him control it. So yeah. Excuse me. If we were to meet with all of our characters we thought and dreamed of, would it count as a family reunion? I guess, if you consider them family. I don't necessarily think that we consider our creators family, but more of just creators. So yeah. But yeah. What if this world becomes overpopulated? The world expands. Unlike the real world, where you all have physical matter to worry about, the world of fiction expands as needed. We can become as big as a galaxy as needed in order to make sure that every single fictional character has a home. But yeah. We're ever expanding. So would characters who have gone through redesigns change within the world of fiction, or would every redesign be his own character? They would go through the redesign, and they would have a choice to go from the old to the new at their discretion. Their creator does not have control over that, but they have the option to change in that form. That's why with me, body transformation, my creator helps me come up with those. So my creator literally gives me the ability to change whatever she needs me to be. So, like, she wanted to visit the world of South Park. She made me a South Park form. I am now able to show a South Park form. She wanted me to be a bunny, so I became a bunny. So, yeah. Let's see. Do characters that we Do the characters that we made to be our avatars have a special connection to us? Yeah, we do. Like, I have a special connection to my creator. She, like, hell, I stole her name. I have a special connection with my creator. And we understand each other. So yeah. Let's see. I love Hank the Bear. Oh my gosh, my throat. Excuse me. Hold on one moment. How do you contact people from the real world? Well, us fictional characters, we have the means to. We have cell phones, letter by mail, by Raven, whatever we need to do. We use our methods of messaging and transportation. Thank you. But in terms of you guys wanting to talk to the real world, you'll have to come to a hub and use the payphone. Or go back to the real world and talk to them there. So, yeah. If someone has their own version of a character, non-despair Junko, for example, are they a different person? Yeah, I would say so. It depends on the differences of whether you consider them to be different from Junko. If not, then Junko has a form that she can selectively go into at her discretion. Are the documentaries in the world of fiction? Are documentaries in the world of fiction, or some of the characters use documentaries as a source of nonfiction to educate themselves? Yeah, pretty much. Documentaries exist, and we kind of use it to kind of build ourselves and understand who we are, why we were created, and the stories that we were involved in. And then we just kind of have that knowledge. Who's your general practitioner in FOF? There's literally so many doctors here. We have so many. Of my personal general practitioner, I don't have one. I don't have one yet. I'm so terrible with my health, and yet at the same time I don't have a GP. But I will get one eventually when I do get sick. I'm not sick now, I just have allergies that completely dried out my throat, and so my throat is just itchy and But yeah. Whew. That's a lot. I just went through a lot of info. How does the world of fiction feel about coronavirus? It doesn't exist here. We don't necessarily have viruses or anything like that because it's not like people make up a fictional disease. Oh wait, the horror districts. Oh no. Well, luckily no one's thought of coronavirus as a fictional entity yet. Because everyone already knows that COVID is real and not fiction, so thus it can't be created. Yeah, I forgot about the horror districts for a second. Like, yeah, they have so many, like, they have the T virus up in there. They got, like, the virus that controls all of the houses of the dead people. Like, well, they have the science there to make a virus-like symptom. Things of that nature! Yeah, whatever. Let's see. How do you keep the villain characters in check? Oh, they understand that they need to be kept in check themselves. They know they cannot rule this world. They cannot. Because there are too many of us, first of all. And also that even if they tried to rule this world, the creators would just make more and more and more people that would overpower them regardless. So they understand the balance. Let's see. Should we trust Dr. Mario being an actual doctor? I don't think the guy has a doctor's degree. I really don't. I don't think Mario has a doctorate degree at all. What about Corona-chan? Well, she hasn't affected anyone yet, so I know of. So I think we'll be okay. I think we'll be okay. A lot of things are contained, and we have a pretty solid, council who can take care of anything, any emergency that comes up. When it comes to character headcanons, do they act as part of the world of fiction, or is it something completely different? Headcanons are not canon. Headcanons are not canon. Now, they can create fictional entities, such as, like, for example, Junko having a non-despair Junko version of herself. But whether or not she actually goes into that form is not up to y'all. It's up to her. And no amount of, I think Junko will go into my headcanon regardless of what she thinks is gonna change who she is as a person. Because here, in the world of fiction, she is a person, she can make her own decisions. And that decision is not up to anyone who even has the inkling of a headcanon. Not even her creator has control over her. So yeah. Let's see. Do you think my Centaur science officer from Star Trek will be happy here? Yep, I'm pretty sure. Like, they'll probably be up by the space stations, 30 minutes north. But yeah. Have you talked to the people from Blind Love? I have not. They seem to be nice people, but I'm pretty sure they're happy by themselves. Is there free real estate in healthcare? Yes, it's free real estate. Let's see. There is free real estate in healthcare for citizens only. For visitors and tourists, the hub is pretty much your place. We have a gigantic line of hotels for visitors and tourists who want to stay some time here, but yeah. And every hub has some hotels, so it's not that you're trapped in this hub. You can go to any other hub that you want. But yeah. Let's see. Yeah. Yep, not even Kodaka has control over, Junko. She is her own person here. How do characters react to shippings of them? They laugh. Some may blush, some may be like, God, ugh. But that's up to them. So, I wouldn't know how specific people act and all that stuff. Pardon me. Let's see. Will my character, SK47 is Mutant King be happy here? I think so. I think a lot of people are happy here. I don't think anyone here who lives here has had issues living here. So yeah. Have you met Junko? I have not. I haven't been to the anime section in a while. Omae wa moshineru nani? Is there a meme district? Of course there is. Of course there is. Is there tax? No, there are no taxes. Our economy is pretty awesome here. Our economy being that we all understand that we need things and trade is okay. And if you want to exchange currency, that's completely up to y'all. Have you met some of the Dragon Age characters in the fantasy district? I have not. I haven't been there in a while. I've met them, I guess, but I haven't necessarily talked to them. So, oh my goodness. A lot of info. Can't wait to post this on YouTube. This is gonna go on YouTube, by the way. This is gonna be great. Next Friday's video. But yeah. Is the meme district chaotic as fuck? Oh yeah. That's why I kind of avoid that district as much as I can. Simply because it can get, well, a little chaotic. Anyways. Does it mean Mr. Monopoly is? No, yep, he is. And he does have a monopoly outside of town where he can control his monopoly and not control anyone else. Because not many people would be happy living under Mr. Monopoly's rule. But yeah. This was meant to have their own memes. Oh yeah, but there's like literally memes that are just memes within their own realm, within their own right. They don't necessarily, like, there are memes within each faction, with each district, whatever. But then there are memes that are literally just memes within their own memes. So they have to have a place of their own. How does fantasy and sci-fi react when they first met? Are they greatly? Yeah, they're a little confused. Fantasy is just kind of like, what is this? What is this outer world nonsense bullshit? What the hell? And then you have sci-fi people going, that is so archaic. Magic, wizard's clothes, no like plumbing. What? So yeah, it was kind of weird when they first meet each other, and sometimes you'll see like a sci-fi character zip off to the fantasy world to kind of have like live a little in their own archaic way, and then you'll have like a fantasy character go off into the sci-fi world to just kind of experience what science is like. It's kind of interesting to see on the train. Do you think Angelica is happy here, or one of the people like her? I'm pretty sure. I don't think anyone here is unhappy. I don't think anyone here in the world of fiction is unhappy, or else the world would have started burning. What would happen if we started a bit of chaos in the districts? It would calm down, I'm pretty sure. Because, again, we handle so much stuff already. It's just kind of like, alright, okay, sure. Have you seen much of the characters from Horror District? Ish. Do you not have access? I do have access to the area. I've seen a couple of them, and I might go back there next month for you guys. We might actually do a tour next month in the Horror District, specifically with Little Nightmares. Get to see 6 a little bit. But yeah. Would my character Stargazer King of Demons and Angels have home? Yep. So where would he be? Through hell, and he's been through hell and he has home. That's, again, you know your character more than I do. I can't speak for any citizen here. I am not the citizen guy. I am not the person who has the big list of citizen names. So I have no idea who lives here other than myself and like a few characters I've met. So wherever you think they would live, they probably live there. Will trauma always stay and affect the characters in the world of fiction? Sometimes, yeah. But again, we have support systems here that can help characters through the traumas that they went through. Like whether it be they were stabbed multiple times and used as a token prop for a video game story, or in the movie they lost a heartbreak, and so they had to go through that in the movie that they were in, etc., etc. We have so many support groups that can help go through that and help each other survive and just live. Is there like an underground black market of people who things trade without jurisdiction? No. Black markets don't exist. There's a market for things where you can trade with other districts, and it's all pretty much like, okay, this is the thing. As long as it doesn't like, as long as we don't give a dinosaur a time machine, I think we're fine. And even the dinosaurs are not smart enough to use a time machine, and no one is dumb enough to give a dinosaur a time machine. So. Does Michaela have a follow-up to her Ode to Goblin Slayer? Oh, I would love to make that one of those. I just haven't had the time to sit down because I'm either working with you guys or trying to figure out my purpose. Looks at Jurassic Park. Oh my god. Pardon. Why did you steal your creator's name anyway? She gave you permission to. I didn't know him. I didn't have a name. I literally didn't have a name. I didn't even know who I was. But, I heard a voice in my head, and she said I could take her name, and so I did. Yeah. Do the villain characters often fight with each other to see which one was better? Oh, 100%. There's literally an arena specifically for cockfighting, and specifically for, like, tier fighting to see who's the best of the best. Where does Queen Michaela live? I live in an apartment. I live in an apartment not far from here, like a 5-minute walk from here. A nice high-rise apartment that I can see the stars in. Maybe I'll show you guys one of these days, but I need to go through the council with that and see if it's okay. We aren't allowed to give dinosaurs a time machine. Why would you give a dinosaur a time machine? Why would you give a dinosaur a time machine? That sounds like a really bad idea. That sounds like a bad idea for everyone. Is there any district that you don't have access to? No. I'm pretty much have free access as long as I want and I ask the council to let me in. Like, I just have to be like, let me in. Let me in. And they let me in because I'm a guide. So, yeah. Does anything escape the council's notice? No. Because if something did, then Muse would find out and then they would have their asses on grass. So, yeah. MKU, why would you give a dinosaur a time machine? Why would you give a dinosaur a time machine? Well, luckily nothing has happened yet, so probably the council got wind of that. Do you have a preference or a favorite clothing style from each type from a specific type of district? I would love to have just more simple clothing. I would love to have a bathing suit one day that actually fits my body and looks really, really nice. I just don't have the funds to do that right now because I'm just a guide and I don't work as much. But I am looking at a winter outfit. I'm gonna try and find a winter outfit. It's gonna be great. Let's see. Are we allowed to get an autograph from all Michaelas? I guess? Where does Brian live with you? The real world Michaela lives with the real world Brian. As for the world of fiction Brian, I have no damn clue. He's never told me where he lives. So, I don't know. You got a telescope? I do. It's really, really nice. Can I give an SCP a time machine? Why would you give an SCP a time machine? Why? Why? This is why real world people suck. Like, you all think like, oh, it's a good idea to give a dinosaur a time machine. It's like, and the rest of us as fictional characters are like, why? Why would you give a dinosaur a time machine? That makes no goddamn sense. Even the dinosaurs looking down at him like, I can't reach you with my little arms. It's like, why? Why? This, again, real world people are weird. No offense, guys. No offense to you guys. Let's see. How does visual novel Otome endings work in the world of fiction? We are not our character. We are not our stories. We are in the stories. We are not the stories themselves. We understand what we go through in the stories, but we are our own individuals outside of the stories. That's why, like, for example, let's pull Xehanort. Like, right now, Xehanort is kind of like just he likes to wander through the city and just reminisce about Skyla and Kylum. He doesn't, like, constantly threaten bringing about Kingdom Hearts all the goddamn time. So, yeah. Have you met Watch Dogs characters? I have not. Let's see. Is there a specific rules for beings with weird diets, like cannibals? Oh, yeah. There's understandings of like diets and the way characters are created and all that stuff, and we work on them. And again, I can't speak for every single character, but I'm pretty sure there's means to, like, if they do need to eat people, we find a way to synthetically create them, or if there are characters that are more than happy to be eaten and then be resurrected in the room where the security is, then by all means. Otherwise, I don't necessarily know all the details of that. If a character dies in a story, would they still be dead here, or would they have a separate life? They have a separate life. Michaela, don't tell the council I escaped. Katie, they're already on their way. They're already on their way. What about dinosaurs that came to the world of fiction that already have time machines? Why would any dinosaurs have a time machine? I don't know. I don't know. You humans are weird. You real world people are weird. Let's see. And yeah, I'm also talking to you too, real world Michaela. Can I trade Brian for the time machine? Why would you trade Brian for the time machine? Do some fictional cities merge within this district? Yeah. That's why, like, you'll see often Sly Cooper, Jack and Dexter, they all just kind of team up and just kind of shoot the shit and all that stuff. Why give a dino a time machine when you can give gremlins coffee? Why would you? Why? What is wrong with you guys? Do I have to shut down the tourist, the guide for the day? Do I have to shut down the tour for the day? Oh my god, you guys are nuts! You guys are so nuts! You're giving me heart like seriously, you guys are giving me heart. Do I have to shut down the tour? You guys are scaring the shit out of me! Like, seriously! Ah! God! You're making me nervous now! I'm really nervous! Do the fourth walls breakers like they have a district like Pinkie Pie did? No, they know that they live in a world where there's no real fourth wall. It literally is like a 6 dimensions, 7 dimensions here. So they're okay with kind of things how they run. Yeah. In essence. I did not give anyone ideas. I just gave examples of things that are weird. And then people just started to run with it. And the council is probably gonna have my ass. Great. Let's see. Do you need to raise your hand? Why would you need to raise your hand? My goodness. Okay, did you know any more information about Muse? Definitely not information gathered from the council. I don't know anything about Muse. I'm technically not even supposed to know about them. All they do is they have personal information on literally every citizen here in the world. What they do with it, I have no idea. They probably just storage or something like that. Or they work with the council and to make sure that no one's like a real person trying to pretend to be a fictional character. So I don't know. You guys are scaring me. Can we trade Mickey for Brian for the time machine? Why would you trade me for the time machine? What did I do? Do you want a marshmallow? I have a bunch of marshmallows. I have a lot of them for ammo. You have to share with Katie though. Katie has a lot of marshmallows too. Hold on, I need a drink. Hold on, give me a second. What if we could trade the time machine for a time machine? Oh my god, stop with the time machine, please. Oh lord. You meet any Disney princesses? No, I have not. Whew, that was a quick recovery. But no, I have not. What happens if our characters were to make their own characters? That doesn't exist here. Fictional characters cannot make other fictional characters. That's not how this works. Creators create fictional characters. We are not creators. So yeah. Let's see. Emote only, emote only, emote only, emote only, Emote only. Goblin Bard playing a set of the Avengers Guild. Oh my goodness, but you guys are awesome. I love the fact that you're interacting here. I love the fact that you're loving this world. I adore the fact that I'm able to entertain you guys, to show you guys my world, and to hopefully show you guys more. Because I know we got to go back into Alice's world for Alice Madness Returns. I know we got to finish Sly Cooper. I know outside of work I need to finish the Karen's story. And I also gotta visit the world of South Park. So yeah, I gotta visit South Park one of these days for you guys. And that might happen next week, who knows? It depends on my schedule, because next week is birthday week. So my schedule's a little hectic. So who knows? But yeah. But I think it's been about 2 hours. Holy shit. Oh my gosh, Underdog, thank you so much for joining the Fluffle Army. Really do appreciate it. Oh my god, how many soldiers do we have? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Let's see, there are 102. Oh my god. There are so many soldiers. Thank you so much, everyone, for enlisting. Holy shit. Thank you so much. You guys are way too sweet. Thank you so much. Like seriously, guys, you guys are awesome. Like, I really mean it. The support here has been great. I was really, really nervous about today, and so the fact that you all are here, enlisting, supporting, hearing my story, hearing about the world of fiction just makes me really, really happy. Fuck. Yeah. Yeah. So, did you know about fossil fighters? I'm pretty sure that's the times that just lived from. I have not heard of that, so I didn't know, so I don't know. Does that mean anyone who creates a character in worlds for them is a creator? Yeah, in essence. So, and they have to be a real person. They can't just be like, for example, you can't make God, because there's already a fictional God here. There's fictional God, and then there's like fictional gods here that creators have made in order to like make their own fictional worlds or whatever. And so like they can't make their own characters inside of the characters. Creators have to be real people. So yeah. Happy early birthday, thank you. I really appreciate it. Did you see the hydrate? I did see the hydrate. I took a drink. But yeah, oh my goodness. But let's see what's going on here. How was your day? My day is great. My voice kind of hurts a little bit, so I might be ending the tour shortly, just so I can rest my voice and prepare for hopefully a Sunday stream. Well, a Sunday tour. Once the tour happens on Sunday, we'll be going back into Alice Little's house to do a little more exploring into Alice's mind in Wonderland. But yeah. Let's see. What world do Avatar peeps go to? You mean Avatar, like, as in, like, James Cameron Avatar? Space. Is there any different district that a guide cannot go? Whether it's too dangerous or they just aren't up to go into it? No, we all have free reign to kind of go to whatever district we want in order to help tourists like you guys get to where you need to go. So yeah. Am I allowed to give goblins coffee and a time machine? Why would you give goblins a coffee and time machine? What about characters who created their own fictional characters within their stories? There is a little bit of nuance there, but those fictional characters within fictional characters do not exist. So as we are fake, so are they, and so it's an idea that's been tossed around. The council has been going over it, but there's been no proof that fictional characters created by fictional characters ever existed. So there is a limit. Let's see. Do you feel better after the email chat? A little bit. My throat still hurts, so I'm probably gonna end the tour soon. Can I become a creator? Yeah, if you make fictional characters, yeah. If we grow a year older arrow for our birthdays, is there a fictional age 2 on the same day? That's up to how you create them. Creators have full control over how their fictional person works. And so once they're created, though, that fictional person has full sentience to do whatever the fuck they want. So You could be like, my character can age every year and all that stuff, and they can 100% age every year, but once they hit the age where they would typically die, they would probably be reincarnated, recycled back into the security room, be reminded of who they are, and then start life again, and they can just do whatever they want. What's the Atomic district like? Pretty soft, pretty sweet. A lot of like hearts everywhere for some reason. Like there's so many bubble hearts and it's kind of weird. Not James Corden, the guy who made avatars of their creators. Oh, they live here. They're kind of just wandering like I do. Wondering what their purpose is. So does World of Fiction's normalcy and common sense is similar to Wreck-It Ralph? In a way, yeah. In a way. Can I send dinosaurs time machine teleportation device to your apartment with your own? What? No. How did Alice react when they meet each other? Like Book Alice, Disney Alice, and McGee Alice? They kind of had a little heart-to-heart. And from what I know, they're tea drinking buddies and they have a book club. At least from what I know, I heard that they had a book club. Whether or not it's an actual book club or just them shooting the shit with each other, I have no idea. Let's see. MKU, you broke the time machine? That's your problem. Ebony wants to know which district you would recommend to a nice retreat away from court life. I would recommend the beach, like the sea area. There's a lot of mermaids there, and they're nice mermaids. There are some nice mermaids and some mermaids that they know better than to try and drown people. There's a nice seaside that people can go to. It's really, really sweet, really nice. There's a lot of cruise ships that go by there. There's a lot of personal tours across the seas that go there. Yeah, things like that. Excuse me. Can we put Finn in the timeout box? Why? Let's see. Has a reincarnated character asked, how did I die that time when they get yeah, we typically get that question. It's like, how did I die? What happened? What? Last thing I remember was, and then we pretty much have to explain, like, here, this is what happened, and all that stuff. What happens if I spray paint the council's main building? Someone will clean it up. There's janitors that are created. There are janitors that have been created by creators. So, like, you're fine. You're fine. Just don't do it or else you'll be kicked out. Because there is a limitation to how much bullshit the council will deal with from real people who are not citizens. How to restrict the visitors' time machine rights? I don't know how. That's the council's problem, not mine. Are there different dimensions within your world? In my world, they have them like countries. Is it similar here? Ish. Think like Venn diagram bubbles, where like there's like a modern district, a fantasy district, a jungle, a desert, and all that stuff. There's like city walls, the cities without walls, whatever. And they kind of blend together as needed. So like if you have modern fantasy or if you have like sci-fi, fantasy, whatever, they blend. There's a blend. Okay. Last couple of questions before I end the tour for the day. If you had the power of illusions and mirage, how many would you make and what kind would they be? I don't have that power, unfortunately, so I wouldn't know. How much is a hat disciple? Which district can I find it? How much is a hat a disciple? I don't know. You're gonna have to rephrase that next time. What if a citizen spray painted the church main building? There'd be a laugh, and then the janitors clean it, and then that citizen would probably get a fine, but that's on them. Are there any areas visitors are not permitted to enter? Citizen households. You cannot go into a citizen's house. You can go into a restaurant, business, whatever. Just not their personal dwelling. You just can't. To help with characters who have died and be reincarnated, have you thought about setting up some sort of video log that gives a basic rundown of who they were in their previous lives? They thought about it, but it's better to hear from a person's mouth than just to record it and then be like, who is recording me my life? Am I dead? Am I watching my life before my eyes? Those questions get annoying after a while. So you might as well just have someone face-to-face kind of tell you. So yeah. And the last question, in the world of fiction, are canon AUs and fan AUs treated the same or separately? AUs are based off of the characters. The stories are in the books. The characters are our own. So it's not like you're gonna see Persona happening at the same time as Sly Cooper. You're not gonna see Dragon Age happen at the same time as Mass Effect. So those stories are in books that you see line up like these walls right here. Let me show it. Like, so these walls that you see right here, boop, 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 all of these books right here that you see line here, those are stories. Those are where we come from. That is where a lot of the citizens were born, raised, grew, or died. So, but otherwise, the characters are not the stories. We live our own lives here. We live outside of the stories. That's why we can interact with each other. I can shake hands with, let's see. I can shake hands with Lucio from Overwatch, while also fighting against all the characters of Genshin Impact, outside of the realm of what the stories bound us to. So yeah. Alright. I think I'm gonna end the tour there for the day, guys. I appreciate everyone coming in, but my voice needs a little bit of a rest, especially since I think my nerves kind of got the best of me and have dried out my throat. So I deeply apologize for the short tour. But this will go on YouTube, so that way the YouTube peeps are kind of aware what's going on as well.